Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
This is the bar side of the room, which means it's time to press and plie. We have our kettlebells, and today we have one heavy kettlebell out front and one lighter kettlebell out the back. If you're with us for our 5 of 6 weeks, this being the 6th, we've progressed from holding it down low to in that rack position to working on our overhead presses. Join us today for single repetitions of heavy presses for a couple sets, and then let's rep it out at the end. But until then, feet with Lauren and always with the core engaged.
Whether you need that bar at your side or you're going to try this foot warm up in space, either is appropriate. Let's first start by just bending the knee. So all that moved was your knee that bent forward, your toes bent into that lunge foot of that demi-point position. Then let's push down to press up and switch sides. Again, those hips stayed nice and level. The core is lightly braced on top of your hips. And then one last time to switch, knee towards over toe. Then from here, we'll do a light point of the foot. We'll gently flex around over the toes. Try and keep the ankle in a straight line. Roll back, press up, control it down, repeat, toes point, flex, roll over, roll back to the demi-point. One more time each side like this. Use the toes, lightly flex over, stay here for 1 second. Now wing the ankle out, but keep the knee straight. Then pull the ankle back to center, roll over the toes, up and switch, toe point, flex round over, light wing open, back to center, through the foot. We'll go up. We have one more version. Heel comes down, one foot still up, one heel still up. Other side, knee bends, press to tall, double up. Other leg comes down. Once that heel touch, absorb the landing by bending the knee. Up, one more time each side here. We're still keeping our shoulders over top of our hips, a light brace on our core. And one last switch here as we bend that knee. Press to tall. We'll balance one more time. Up, hold. See if you can look around the room. Move your arms if you'd like. Look, look, look. And then come back to center and control the descent. Let's shake that out. Give that a little wiggle. And do one more little version really quickly of that from our first position. Bend, press up to switch. And just marching through those a couple times. As you land here, keep trying to rotate that heel or the inseam forward to maintain that external rotation in the hip. One last time. Bend the knee, double bend. Up, stretch, land, bend the knee, double bend. One more time each side, and then we'll go down to that plank position and warm up the core. One last time as you land, drive those legs open from the hips. Double up, hold, and then again, land by pulling or rotating the heels forward. Give that a little shake out. We'll come down to the floor and warm up that plank. For the tension, we'll need to press. Let's do a forward fold down with your arms across your chest or T-Rex arms, blades lightly together. Our chin tucks. We think about keeping our blades together but flexing through the rib cage. So at least if your blades come apart, at least try to initiate that round forward without the blades coming apart. Then we're flexing over top of our hips, keeping our weight shifted forward in our feet as to not push our hips back behind us. Flex forward, then let those arms go and just dangle for a second. We'll walk ourselves out into the plank position with your toes tucked behind you, up in that high plank position. We're pressing today, so get up here and really intensify this plank tension. Squeeze your butt cheeks, pull the floor together underneath you. Brace your abs. Right now, pull your right hand to your right hip without moving. Left hand to left hip. Right to right, left to left, both at the same time for 3, 2, knees come down. Whew, take a second off.
Whew. Let's take that second off and just casually explore the split. Not an easy position, but definitely a fun stretch to integrate into your practice. So in this splits position here, we have our tailbone like cow, avoiding the slouchy shape, and push the sternum up and forward. Choose high tension on your foot, either those ballet points here or high tension on that karate style foot. If allowed, place your hands out front, take a big breath in, and then just settle into that position. Pull those femur heads in, tip your tailbone to cow, and with the hands on the floor, as a perhaps statement here, just walk the hands 2 forward, and Lauren's side profile shows at the best, keep that gorgeous straight line from the head chin tuck through an extended spine and a tailbone shaped like a cow, or that anterior tip. Casually, let's just pull ourselves back up to tall, and then repeat that one last time. And maybe you wiggle those legs a little bit and can sit into a nice little strong position here. And we're sitting on those sit bones in the back, achieved by doing that tailbone cow shape. And reach a little further as allowed. Some days it's tighter than others. And then take your time, pulling yourself out of that gracefully. Take a breath, and it's back to Lauren and the plank.
One more plank here. So bring your legs back underneath you and come on into that plank position. Hands under shoulders, toes tucked. This time we're going to change the vector force of that tension.
Vector force.
Squeeze your butt cheeks. Pull without moving your right hand to your left hip. Then pull without moving your left hand to your right hip. Then pull both at the same time, creating that X pattern of tension across your body. Are your butt cheeks still squeezed? Are you breathing underneath that shield for 4, 3, 2, lifting the hips up, walking the feet to the hands or the hands to the feet, and slowly unfolding yourself up to tall. You have muscles on the front and the back of the spine. Use them to pull yourself all the way up to tall. Head is last.
As Lauren and I were training outside in the park one day, a little person said, use your muscles. And it really helps.
It does.
Use those muscles
your
on the
muscles.
front and the back of the spine. And by picking up this kettlebell now, Lauren, I'm sure we will start to feel those muscles.
We'll integrate first our heavy hold, and maybe this is what you continue with today. This is nice. We like to hold hands when we hold kettlebells too. I was just trying to avoid the squeaky part.
I know there are some squeaky parts on the floor. Here we go.
We'll get ready with that tension, holding the kettlebell. You can keep doing this throughout today's class, or we can add our press. First is our suitcase carry. Hip hinge, grip bell. Make sure you pack shoulders, and then lift that bell up, place it beside your body. Lightly elevate that shoulder and retract it, keeping the bell off of your thigh. Then, if you were being lazy, you'd lean towards that bell, but you're not, so pull it back up. Check in. Is your weight really over that one leg? Don't do that. Put your other leg down and try to hold some weight in that side too. For 3, 2, hip hinge. Oh, that's a heavy bell.
Now try lifting your other leg the next time.
Oh. Okay, same thing, other side. Hinge, grip, pack, lift. Bring it beside your body by elevating and retracting your shoulder. Check it out. Are you on that one leg or are you between the 2 feet? Ian said try to lift the other leg. So there we go. Then get back to 2 feet and hold. Keep that strong side strong. 3, 2, and then underneath the body and stand up. Whew. We have one more heavy hold here and we'll explore that rack position, which we'll press out of later. Using your hinge over top of your bell, 2 hands to cheek clean that bell up into the rack position. Once you're there, you can let go with that second hand. Now, let's just think about pressing. Feet are driving down, butt cheeks are squeezed, core is braced, bell is mainly on your forearm. You might feel your bicep, but if you have too much bicep, you're gonna end up in that chicken wing position. 3, think about pressing it. 2, and then put it down. Whew, I hope that gets better by the time we go to press it. All right, same thing, second side. Hip hinge, grip, pull, rack. Again, check in, wrist straight, vertical forearm, elbows in beside you. It's not resting on our hip, we're not hanging out here. We're lifting up, getting underneath that bell. Think about pressing it, 2 hands on, put it back down. Come back to you soon.
Nice. So whether it's that low hold or that rack hold, or as you continue with the press, we'll be performing 1 repetitions of our press, but first, exercises on the bar for the hips. So grab that light tension on the bar and turn those feet to that first position. We'll integrate our plie with our tendu or leg straightening exercise. So plie, tendu front, full stretch of both legs. It's that first position, the front position, and first. The plie, reach to the side, full stretch of the legs, heels, point, heels touch. Plie to the back, full stretch and close, back and front. And then to the side, we often repeat that cross pattern as we stretch and we close and point and close. That's it. Right on. Let's do the same thing on the other side, but that's a great cue. I love that peripheral vision I have because Lauren reminded me, hold the balance. So that ankle coup de pied balance, we're standing on a standing leg, that inside leg with a hand on the bar or without to challenge. And then return to that tall first position, a little shake and a wiggle, and then we'll traverse the other side of the room and do the same thing. So we're in that turned out position, arm can be at the side second or on the hip, and we plie or squat, legs straight, full stretch, heels touch, point front, heels touch, plie, reach side, full stretch, and close, point, and close. To the back, and stretch. Both legs are straight, those knees are straight, and first, and knees side, point side, full stretch. We'll point, and then thank you for the cue again, Lauren, to pull up to that ankle balance. In this ankle balance, the toes of the elevated leg are pointing down, and the knee is pointing to the side. The hips are projecting forward as I lean back there, and we hold for time. And then return to your tall first position, and that's it for me, which means it's time for Lauren and that press.
All right, we're back to the press. As Ian said earlier, remember you can hold this kettlebell in various positions, low, rack, or goblet, or join us on our press. If you're holding, try to hold it as long as we press for. Today, we are doing singles because this is a new heavy bell. If you don't have that heavy bell option, you could add a couple reps as we have over the past couple weeks. Here we go. Hip hinge, grip bell, pull to rack, and one, and then pull the bell back down, and 2 hands on, parking the bell. Whew. Take your time off.
That was
Felt
pleasantly
okay.
surprising, yeah.
Shake it out. Now, make sure that you do establish that rack position for a 1 Mississippi, and then press out of it versus just whoom, right through. Here we go. Hinge, grip, pull, rack, to tall, and then pull the bell down. Hold for a second, and then place it down. Great. See you soon.
Another interesting training variation you could apply is, instead of a heavier bell, take the same bell you've been working and try pressing it over the course of a 5-second up and a 5-second down. That time under tension piece always is a good one too. We'll be returning to that cross pattern, but this time in a dégagé, in the sense of a leg pointing to the front and then returning to first.
Just off the floor.
We'll be doing the cross pattern for singles, doubles, and then triples on this whole side. Are you ready to go, Lauren? If we are, let's go front, and then side, and then back, and side. And now 2 to the front for 2, 2 to the front, side, my bad, back for 2, side for 2. Now 3 to the front, 3 to the side, 3 to the back, last time side for 3, and then pull into that ankle. Stay on that flat foot, with or without that hand on the bar. Challenge yourself, finding those demi-point or toe balance raises we warmed up with. Hold for a second, find those 2 points, and come back down to first. Shake it, wiggle it, embrace that.
When I do my dégagés, I really think of trying to only move my leg, keeping that core steady as we do that. It's really hard. And knee straight.
Super active with super quiet core is a good idea. So singles, doubles, triples, en croix. Front and side and back and side. And 2 to the front, 2 to the side, 2 to the back, side again. Now 3 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 2 and 1, and last time 3 to the side. And then stay off the floor, pull to that ankle coup de pied, calibrate, demi-point rise, and at first, just try to find a place to place a piece of paper underneath the heel, and then progress towards maybe that pop can or high heel height. And then we're back here, shaking it out, and then KD
Presses
time.
number 2, set number 2 here. I dare you to start with that other arm.
Dare.
Dare. So second arm starts first this time. Pick whatever you're going to do, and here we go. Hip hinge. Inhale to pull. Good. And then inhale down and park. That tension is very important in our whole body as we start pressing heavier. So make sure you're reading your feet. You're using those quads to pull up and the butt cheeks to squeeze as you press off of your strong foundation, as well as that off arm will really help. Second side. Hinge grip, pull, up, and then inhale on the down And park that bell with control. Whew, to the bar.
To the bar. We'll work on a little weight transfer here. We'll integrate the plie and that dégagé move out to the front. So start in our plie, then reach out front, then land toe ball heel, and then we'll pull the inside leg to that ankle coup de pied position. Then reach to the back, landing toe ball heel, dégagé front, so foot is off the floor, and then return to that first position. Same thing to the side. A plie, brush, weight transfer, pull to that ankle balance, and then point, and we'll push, and then return, should have been a straight leg, I'm sorry, into that first position. Then repeat to the back. So a plie, brush back, weight transfer, coup de pied position, and reach front, brush off the back, return to that first position, and encore last time, brush, weight transfer, and ankle coup de pied. And now that second leg is straight for a second, return it to the ankle, and then let's challenge that passe hold or at the knee. And as the knee or the femur is going up, the hip is going down. Hold for a second, return to our first position, and then enjoy that shake wiggle. Repeating, same thing, other side, dégagé, weight transfer, and finding that ankle coup de pied. It's a plie. Out front, land toe ball heel, inside leg, ankle balance. Then reach back, point front, straight legs return to first. Plie, dégagé, almost like a jump, and then find our balance, and then back.
Are we jumping now?
No, I kind of did, I got excited.
Okay.
And then pull back to the first position. Knee bend, reach back, weight transfer, ankle coup de pied, point front, brush back, return first, last one, and weight transfer, squeeze that standing leg bum cheek, and then reach to the side, point, and first, then up towards the passe position. It's the same cues as before. We're turned out on the standing leg, the toes point down on the elevated leg, my knee is pointing to Lauren, my hips, tailbone pointing to the ground. Then return to the first position, set 3.
All right, set 3 of those presses back to that first arm or that original side. Let us know what you're doing. Are you holding the bell? Are you pressing it a little slower? Are you following us for that heavier bell single reps? Be great to hear. Same thing, whatever it is, do it again. First side. And pull the bell down and park. Sometimes when I teach my class of presses, people get nervous to make sounds, so I just go up throughout the entire time of pressing. Use that little hup. Now let's just go hup, 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 hup. That's all from here.
Hup, hup, hup.
We want it from here. Here we go. Hinge, pull, up, and then control the down. Did it help? Make the sound. No one's listening. Press like no one's listening.
Ooh, that's too cliche, but I still like it. I like it. Makes some sound. It enhances the performance for sure. It is a special time in our practice. It's both the least and most favorite time, dégagé time. So with hands on the bar or challenging yourself in the side second, in the center, we'll be reaching the leg to second for 8 one side, 8 the other, 4 and 4, 2 and 2, single, 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 and then 8s to 4s to 2s to 1s on the other side. Ready to go, Lauren? We'll be going on the and. 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 8 on the other side. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Now 4, 2, 3 and 4, 4, 3, 2 and 4. Now 2 quick, 2 quick. Single, 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 single. 3, 2, 1, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. 8 and 7, 6. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. 4, 3, 2 and 1. 4 and 3, 2, 1, 2 and 2. A single, a single, a single, a single. Woo! Get those muscles going. Those adductors, those groins. Shake it out. Ready to press again? I am. You?
Set number 4. Back to that second arm that starts us off here. Here we go. Heavy press again. Plant your feet. Inhale for pickup. 1. Pull down. Park bell. Whew. Nice. Great. Same thing, second side. Taking that little pause in that rack position before you press. Hinge, pull, rack, one, pull down, and park. Nicely done. We only have one more heavy set left.
That means a couple extra bar exercises too. Fondue, knees bend together, knees straighten together. Let's assemble those feet in that first position. And as you bend on the inside leg, pull up to that ankle coup de pied, and we'll stretch the leg out front. Now find the coup de pied in front and stretch the leg to the side. And now it's the back ankle coup de pied and full stretch. Repeat to the side and repeat once more around.
Are we rising or staying the same?
Thank you. Yes, we are. We're from here.
Up.
Let's find the rise and then back down. And then out to the side on rise and back down. And to the back ankle coup de pied, and then to the side. And now stay on that demi point, find your passe position, or return that heel to the floor and breathe. Breathe and hold and balance. And then come down to your 2 points. Heels return to the floor. Shake and wiggle. Lauren is full of those great cues today. So yes, the first time we'll do it with the flat foot. Second time on the releve or those demi points. Pull up to the ankle as we bend and we stretch, finding the center line. The knee bends and extends together. To the back, full stretch. Last time to the side on that flat foot. Now in on the flat foot and releve stretch. Knees bend, releve stretch. Back ankle coup de pied, full stretch with the knees to the ankle and to the side. Stay there if that's for you. Toes point down, knees point side. Hips are level, rib cage connect to the hips. There's a huge list. Pick one item at a time and hold. Find your balance and down.
All right, we have one last set of this heavy press here. Set number 5, one solid heavy press. We'll take a break and then we'll drop down our weight and pump them out.
Pump.
Here we go. Last heavy press for week 6 of 6. Hip hinge, grip, rack, up, hold for an extra second, and then slow pull it down. 2 hands and park. Whew.
Sounds as we press and sounds when we finish. Help to show that balance between high tension and some nice relaxation.
Same thing, second side. Hip hinge, grip, rack, up, hold for an extra second, control the pull down, even slowing it down, and then park that bell. We're gonna do a little change here, magically just appear that bell. And
make the hip hinge work.
Right now what we're doing is we're getting out a lighter bell. We're both going down by
8 kilograms for me.
I'm going down 4 kgs, so a full bell size at least you're going down here. We'll do a little extra hip thing, and then we'll come back to that lighter bell and try to increase the reps maybe to anywhere between that 5 and 10.
Excellent. And we'll keep things nice and slow here as we explore that rond de jambe with the hand on the bar and the feet in the first position. Straight legs first and bent legs second. So point to the front, we've been there before, and then rond or open to the side. In our bar class, I like to maintain that turned out hip with our hips facing forward, then return to the tall first position. Stretch the leg out to the back, keeping the hip forward like a key in a lock, open to the side, and bring it from the side to the front, and then back through. This time, let's go plie on a single leg, reaching that bent knee to the back wall, and then reach away. Test yourself with or without that hand on the bar as you reach to the back. A full stretch will close the first. It's the same thing to the back. Single leg plie, reach the leg back. Key and lock, reach to the side, side to the front. Leave the leg there. Stretch your standing leg, and as a little extra balance, lift, and then pull into that passe position. And then now, from a flat foot, could we find our rise and hold? Visualizing your most elegant pirouette. And then return to the first position with control. And a shake. It's just one last exercise like that for those legs. One more press and a lovely rib roll to finish, and that's a half-hour lickety split. So, straight leg to the front. Pull up the kneecaps, maintain that turnout, keep the hips and shoulders forward as we circle that leg to the back. The heel leads forward, and then we'll repeat just once to the back now. Keep the knee straight, drive that action from that turnout in the hip, point forward, and back down to the first position. Now plie on the inside leg, keeping the other leg straight, and then out to the side, with or without that hand on the balance aid again, reach to the back. A full stretch, heel forward. Now lead the toes back. We plie on the leg, turn out of that hip, from the back to the side to the front. A full stretch. And then a lift, if that's available. Keep energizing through those toes and pull to that passe position. Stay flat-footed, hands on the bar or out in front, and find a demi-point rise. No matter how high you get up, come down with control, finishing in that first position.
All right, we have one last set of presses here, set number 6. So like we said before, we took back the weight or took down the weight to a lighter bell, and I'm going to aim, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but anywhere between 5 and 10 presses. Now, as we do more volume, you'll see that that increase in pace in our presses will go up a little bit, we'll increase the pace a little bit, but try not to bop out of that bottom position. So still try to control the down and press off of a strong core. First arm, hip hinge, inhale, prepare, and it's gonna feel light for the first couple presses, and then it's going to start getting heavy again. So use your breath, use those tension techniques throughout the whole body as we get a couple more. Presses in. Whoa. 10.
And as that effort goes up, our words get less and less, and that's okay. We love giving you those cues, but we also recognize it's a lot of work. So take your focus and focus on, as Lauren said, that high tension technique and maintain the integrity of your press.
All right, so we did that on one side, now we have to do that same thing on the
left
other.
Side first.
I'm oddly sometimes better on my left, so.
Strong and stronger, that's it.
Strong and stronger. Here we go, second side. Let's try to hit the same number, but also no matter what number you hit, try to make that last rep a good rep, not a failed attempt. Here we go. And done. Nice. I like to do those those lower volumes of set with that heavier bell and just really finish pumping out a lighter weight
the high volume
to get that groove of your press in the brain.
That's it. Well, shall we finish today with a nice little rib roll, Lauren?
Yeah, we should.
I think so too.
That's what my arms feel like right now.
Yeah, a little jellied out, which is good. I like that feeling. Hope you do too.
Oh, okay. For our rib roll, I like to step our feet wider than our hips. That tries to lock our hips in place. We'll be thinking about only moving from the belly button up. Arms lightly across chest, blades retracted. Chin stays in line with sternum this whole time. So you're going to take your upper body, lightly flex forward just so we're not arching through that low back. Hips stay forward, rotate through the upper body. Then lift away and do a light side bend to that back corner. Then use your front abs to pull yourself back, both sides engaged, and then using your core, pull yourself back to that center position. Repeat on the other side. Abs will rotate you. You'll lift up, keeping the shoulders down. Side bend, flex to that back corner. Use your abs to pull your rib cage on, and then use them to return it back to center. One more time each way, but this time we'll do a dip towards the front. Rotation through the upper body. Lifting up, light side front flexion, then lift back up, and core pulls you back. Really make those abs work for you. No crunches, just rotations. Here we go, other side. Rotate with the core. Lift up, light side bend flex. Then pull back the abs, Pull the core back to center. Oh, and then relax.
Shake that out too.
That's all you need.
Thank you for being here for either your first time or your 6th of 6 episodes that constitute our first semester of 2023 with our bar and our kettlebell.
Yes, thank you for joining us. It all starts again next week. Don't worry, we just flip it right back and start at week 1, where we'll be integrating presses in different positions. We'll be standing, we'll be kneeling, we'll be sitting in our splits, we'll be doing presses from our handstand. No, that's taking it a little too far.
That's a different class.
That's called circus.
That's circus
We don't
training,
do that.
not circuit training.
So we'll be pressing in different patterns, but continuing to work on our hip strength and mobility. We also start all of our new semesters next week online on YouTube, but remember these will all be archived so you can check them out anytime. Until next week.
Tuesday is kettlebells, 4:00 p.m. on Tuesday. Thursday, we'll be here live with our bar, and on Saturdays, we play with our strength and we do explore that handstand. No kettlebells required for that practice.
So make sure you like, subscribe, check out our website and Patreon, join our newsletter, and until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And we'll train soon.
Train soon.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.